Welcome, everyone, to Jumbo Dreams podcast, Let's Talk Dreams. Have you ever wanted to make a difference but did not know where to begin? Have you ever wanted to volunteer but you are nervous? Well, this is the place for you. Let's Talk Dreams is all about sharing stories of those making a difference in our communities, nations, and world. This is a project started because Jumbo Dreams wants you to know that no matter who you are, you can make a change. Today, for episode 2 of season 2, we are excited to welcome Meara. Meara is a City Year AmeriCorps member serving as a student success coach at Eugene Field Elementary School in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In this role, she provides academic, attendance, and social emotional support to students in a fourth grade classroom. The City Year program requires 1,700 hours of service throughout the school year, and Meara pursues additional service opportunities outside of the classroom by volunteering with community organizations such as Iron Gate, the Gathering Place, the Tulsa Garden Center, the Tulsa SPCA, and the Oklahoma Aquarium. She enjoys seeking out new experiences and believes that community connection is an essential part of staying grounded and healthy while navigating challenges. Meara also is starting some new projects, and I'm excited to dive deep into those today. Meara, what an impressive resume and story. Tell me a little bit about how you got started volunteering.
Um, so I guess I really started getting involved in community service during my junior year of high school because I went to a new school after being in pretty much the same location my whole life until then. And this school had a service requirement where we had to get, I think around like 40 hours of community service by the time we graduated. And at first, I was just like so desperate to get those hours in that I kind of just signed up to help out with anything that I could. And it really led me to discover some new things and kind of figure out that I was really capable of doing a lot through community involvement. I became a leader of a lot of clubs that did volunteer work, like my school's wildlife club and the entomology club. I ended up fostering kittens with a local animal shelter, and I led a project where I designed kits with instructions for crocheting little whales for children in long-term stays in hospitals. So then I kind of wanted to keep going from there. I knew I wanted to take a gap year after high school, so I was really drawn to pursuing a service opportunity, which led me to get involved with AmeriCorps. And even now, in addition to the volunteer work that I do on a daily basis as my job, I still think that volunteering with other parts of the community just keeps me engaged and learning new things because I know for me it's really important to be able to get out and keep exploring things every day because I really thrive when I have a variety of activities and social interactions in my life.
Yeah. And so tell us more about the organization AmeriCorps and how you got involved with them.
Yep. So AmeriCorps itself is a national program that has a variety of service opportunities in a wide range of categories. This could be anything from like healthcare to environmental work to stuff in the arts or education. The specific AmeriCorps program that I'm working with right now is called City Year. And through City Year, volunteers serve as student success coaches in public schools for 1 or 2 school years. And as a student success coach, I work every day in an elementary school, providing academic, social, emotional, and attendance supports to my students. This school year is almost coming to an end, so I've almost finished out my service with this organization, and I think overall it's just been a very transformative experience, both personally and professionally, and has pushed me to experience and learn new things that I like never would have if I hadn't pursued this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hear that you have a new project. So, what is your new project and how did you get involved with that special cause?
Um, so my new project is called Lemniscate. It is a project that's primarily focused on neurodiversity, which refers to the range of differences in brain functioning among different people and people whose brains function differently from what's considered typical may choose to identify as neurodivergent, and this can sometimes include, but not always, certain conditions like autism, ADHD, or dyslexia that affect the way the brain like processes information. And as a neurodivergent person myself, I spent a lot of time growing up feeling very confused about my identity, and often like there was something wrong with me. So I often had to suppress myself. And as I've grown older and learned that I was neurodivergent, I've had to do a lot of work like undoing a lot of the negative thought patterns I developed growing up. So I created Lemniscate as a way for neurodivergent people to build community and elevate their voices so that more people receive the message that neurodiversity should be celebrated and accepted instead of stigmatized. And right now, we are doing this work through a combination of in-person events, creating online platforms, and publishing a blog and newsletter.
That's great. And so, what have you all accomplished so far? You said that you had an event coming up. What else is going on with you guys?
Yeah, so our event that we have coming up is our second in-person event. It's essentially just a very casual kind of meetup where people can come and go as they please for 2 hours or so, and we have a lot of activities for people to do, and we just really want to create a safe space where people feel like they can really be themselves and connect with other people that may share similar experiences. We planned our first in-person meetup back in March, and since then we've gotten more people involved in joining our community, and we even brought on a couple more people that we met at that event to help us plan this upcoming event. We've also expanded into our online communities by starting a Discord server. On there, we've been sharing like regular check-ins with one another just to talk about how we're feeling and how our lives are going. We also do stuff like share pet pictures and any ideas that people have for future events. We've written 4 blog posts so far, and we also recently moved our newsletter platform over to Substack because it's a really cool platform that's really focused on building community with less like social media based algorithms, and I think that really aligns with what we're trying to do with our project. Um, and we've recently funded a lot of our events with a $500 seed grant that we got from the Ashoka Foundation as part of their Taco Bell Ambition Accelerator Challenge, which encourages young people to come up with ideas for social change. Yeah, and that's a lot of the work that we've done
That's
so
great.
far.
In just a short amount of time, too. That's amazing. So, what do you hope to come out of your new projects and future projects?
Um, yeah, so I know the biggest thing that I want to work on as far as Limnisket goes is expanding to North Carolina because I'm getting ready to finish my AmeriCorps program. So after that, I'm going to be moving from Tulsa to North Carolina to attend college. And I think going to college, there will be a lot of opportunities to branch out to new communities and get a lot of more people involved. I'm also hoping to start hosting some virtual events because that could be an opportunity to connect both the people that we've met in Tulsa with the people that we're going to meet in North Carolina. Yeah, and I think that's the main thing that I'm working on with Limnisket at the moment.
Yeah. And what would you tell someone who's younger or around the same age or even older who wants to make a difference but doesn't know where to start?
Um, Yeah, I think one of the main things is like you don't have to have it all figured out. I think a lot of the times we kind of are told that if we want to do a big project, we have to plan everything out and know exactly where we're going to go and all of the steps that we're going to take to get there. But honestly, if you're creating a project where multiple people are involved and you're really having an impact on a broad community, you're not going to know what it's going to look like every step of the way. There are going to be a lot of unexpected twists and turns that come up. And I think that if you really embrace that and give your project the space to grow, it is going to grow, but it might not look exactly the way that you expected it to on day one. And just definitely talk to a lot of different people because ideas and opportunities can come from anywhere. I think a lot of the growth that I've been able to find has come, like, it started just simply by talking to somebody
Mhm.
about my project and just getting more people involved in that way. And yeah, and honestly, like, if you don't know where to start, just identify any kind of actionable step that you can do immediately. Because if you just keep going from small step to small step, they're going to build up over time, and that's really how you end up creating something big in the long run.
Absolutely. And who inspires you the most?
I think at this point in my life, I've looked to my father for a lot of inspiration. He ended up going to college to get a degree in music, but from there he went on to work on tugboats and had a very successful career in the maritime industry. And I think that just thinking about his story and the path that his life followed really shows that you don't have to go along with what everybody expects of you, and like the thing that you choose to study or do at one part in your life doesn't have to dictate where you go for the rest of your life. And he's just been so open to gaining like a really wide range of work experience and skills. And he's really shown that if you remain flexible and dedicated, you can always choose to follow your own path and make things work no matter how many times you have to pivot or where you want to choose to go at any point in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is next in your life, career, activism? I mean, I heard you mention college, so what's next?
Yep, so I am going to be going to NC State University, and I'm going to be in their Park Scholarship Program, which focuses on developing young people professionally through the four pillars of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Um, Right now, I am enrolled as a marine science major, but I'm also kind of thinking about maybe switching my major or adding on additional programs and studies because I've definitely developed a lot of additional interests from the experiences I've had this past year. Um, yeah, and I want to go into this next chapter of my life with a very open mind because I feel like there are going to be so many experiences and opportunities that I don't even know about yet. So I really just want to stay open to all of those possibilities and just kind of see where it takes me from there.
Yeah, I just finished my freshman year of college and I could never imagine like what was brought to me in my freshman year. So, I agree. Just take it all in, experience it all, and just be you is the most important thing. So my last question is, how can our listeners stay in contact with you?
Um, yeah, so we can be found on Instagram under the handle Lemnisket blog, and in our Instagram caption, we also have a link to a link tree that can help you join our Discord server and subscribe to our newsletter. You can also find our newsletter directly by going to substack.com and searching for Lemnisket. And the link to our link tree that can connect you to like anywhere where we're online currently would be linktr.ee/Lemnisket blog.
Perfect. So thank you for coming on today and sharing your dreams and passions for making a difference. You are such an inspiration to many, and I'm so glad that you're part of the Jungle Dreams family now. For anyone who wants to be on our podcast, please visit our social media or website to find the link to sign up. Make sure to follow our social media for further episodes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.